All right, I need to actually say something about this one right here because it's ridiculous. You know how many times I've often talked about how the rich people constantly rule over the poor people to our own hurt, poor middle class, and because they have a voice because of the mainstream news media, they have a voice because they own the newspapers, they own the TV industry, radio broadcasting, so forth and so on, especially when your last name has some type of Jewish influence behind it. Now, Jared Kushner actually made some statements about LeBron James. And mind you, let's go over this just for a second, okay? I understand that a lot of people out there don't like sports figures because they're making a lot of money off of their sweat equity, because people ultimately pay for entertainment, be it movies, be it sports, or whatever. I mean, people pay for entertainment, NASCAR racing or whatever, they pay for it. But when you have a trust fund baby whose only accomplishment that he has ever accomplished in life is by falling out of his mother's womb, and he didn't even accomplish that. It's sad when you look at someone like LeBron James, who has done so much for the community. He tried his best, Jared Kushner did, to discredit LeBron James by saying that LeBron owns a charter school. Well, it's not a charter school. LeBron James owns a public school. And anybody who lives further than 2 miles away from that public school, they get free transportation. They also get free uniforms. And everybody that goes to that school gets free uniforms. That's more than what Kushner or his father has ever done in their life. This Jared Kushner, he happens to be also in the Trump family. At 12 years old, he inherited the New York Observer. All right. And that's a newspaper up there in Manhattan that only the affluent and the rich people really truly read, because it doesn't apply to all the poor and the middle class. Now let's look at something here academically. Jared Kushner, in 1998, his father pledged $2.5 million to Harvard. You know what that $2.5 million was? It was the price of admission in order for his son to get into Harvard, because there's no way that they could justify his test scores or his grades in order to get him into Harvard. This is the type of stuff that floats out in front of the media all the time, and you don't ever really truly get to hear the other side. And they think us poor folks and middle class folks that we can't see the forest for the trees. They think we don't literally see what the hell is really going on all across this world in the first place. They don't. They just think that whatever they get up in front of a camera, and if their mouth is moving, we're supposed to believe them simply because they're rich. No, that's not the case. Not at all. And see, this is the white privilege that the majority of the people in this country, both melanated and Caucasians, are arguing about over and over and over again. And when you look at the accomplishments that LeBron James has done off of the basketball court, using his own sweat equity, the money that he has sweated over, as opposed to Kushner's families, it pales in comparison, because they've done nothing whatsoever at all for the public at all. As a matter of fact, I believe it was his father that pled guilty to admitting the crimes about hiring a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law. And then I wrote down in my notes right here, had the videotapes and sent it to his sister to intimidate her from testifying before a grand jury. Now, do you need any more justification for that? Because you're talking about something that is despicable, something that is loathsome, and something that is disgusting. How in the hell can he fix his mouth to speak against someone like LeBron James that is actually doing something for the community and the public, and all they're doing is running a criminal syndicate. I mean, after all, his father has already been indicted on 16 counts of tax evasion. But you know us poor folks and middle folks, right? You better pay your taxes, huh? I'm going to tell you what my personal sentiments is about what I see going on with all this verbal jujitsu and this verbal gymnastics that seem to be taking place in this daytime and hour we're living in. I think that that if everyone out there who plays sports, basketball, baseball, football, you can throw in NASCAR, Formula One, MotoGP. You throw in all these, you know, some of these greater spectator sports that there is. If every single body went on a strike in order to try to bring about real, true systemic change, the system knows that it would literally bring the system that we are dealing with today to its knees. And when only that happens, because rich folks need the poor and the middle class to make money off of their backs. Think about this. Then and only then would we be in a position to get to the bargaining table and make some agreements. That's like when people, they turn around and they go out here and they protest, all right? They're going to go protest in front of the government or the Capitol one day. Protesting high gas prices. Y'all remember that? I remember doing this video years and years ago. I told them that ain't the way you protest high gas prices. The way you protest high gas prices is that every blue-collared working American don't go to work and don't buy gas for 6 months. I guarantee you the rich will beg the middle class and the poor to come to the bargaining table. Let's negotiate now. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. But because we don't position ourselves and put ourselves in a position of power, because we always need and we always trying to, with our mindset, chase after what they've got rather than trying to be content with such things as you have. Rather than trying to build up yourself in such a little small nest egg to where you could sustain yourself for 6 months where you don't need them. Nah. It's too painful because, see, most people don't ever really truly want to suffer the pain of change. Suffering pain because of change will bring about a lasting change. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. You know I'm telling the truth. You all know I'm telling the truth. You all know I'm telling the truth. The problem is we don't have the stomach to change. We love screaming. We love hollering. We love shouting. And I tell you, we love making noise. But we really, truly don't have the stomach and the true grit that it takes to bring about real change. You can't get America on one accord to agree to systemically bring down this system that is in place now and bring about a real, true change. You just can't do it because the people care a lot about their conveniences and their comforts. I mean, in the ministry where I'm the head pastor, I teach people how to buy your own land, build your own homes, become self-sufficient so you don't have to depend on the system. So if the system did crash, so if there all of a sudden travel got restricted and you can't go anywhere and stuff, guess what? You'll learn how to survive when you learn how to, you know, when I teach you how to fish, teach you how to hunt, teach you how to butcher, teach you how to trap game, teach you how to grow your own food. The whole damn thing could come down. And you still be in a better position than these people out here, because I'm telling you, the rich need the poor and the middle class, because that's how they make their wealth and keep it. So you can't sit up there. There's no way I can sit up and have this trust fund baby who's done nothing but inherited everything and has really no true accomplishment without bribes going on in this world get by with making comments like that, because I know the general public out there don't know too much about what the hell is really truly going on. So I'm here to tell it, and tell it like it is, and that's the truth, and that's the true straight way.